Delighted to say I'm joined by David Garland of Monaghan and Donaghmine Fontenoys, as well as being the Electric Ireland GA Higher Education Rising Star Player of the Year with DCU, winning the Sigerson Cup. David, how are you getting on? And more importantly, what was your thoughts when you saw that the GA season was coming back?
Yeah, I'm getting on grand, so I am. Obviously, delighted that the GA is hopefully coming back on the 29th of June, where pitches will be open and fit to get back doing a small bit. At the start of it, you're obviously a bit worried, and then once you hear John Horan on the Sunday game saying that he can't see GA coming back with the 2 metre rule, that you're really thinking to yourself, Jesus, we mightn't get playing football at all this year. But thankfully, the government and the GA have come out and said now that there's a roadmap there, and that hopefully we get back playing the games pretty soon.
And is there any part of you nervous about returning? You know, because we're all so conditioned to social distancing. You'll walk down the street and you'll give people a wide berth, so you're almost conditioned to that.
No, I wouldn't be worried in the fact that we're contacting that in GA, but every player's different, so there is, and I'm sure some players might have family or friends that's sick, or might have underlying conditions that they mightn't return to GA, and you can't. These guys, like, everyone has different opinions on it, and if they don't want to go back, like, they shouldn't be forced to go back. And I'm sure some players mightn't opt in and will stay away until the virus goes away completely, and you have to accept their decisions, and hopefully. But as for myself, no, I'll be looking to get straight back into the mix of things and getting a few whacks and clouts along the way.
And I suppose, like most teams, are already going to be training this week in little pods, whatever it might be.
Yeah, she's going back to the club tonight. We're in groups of 3 or 4 going back, just doing 5Ks running. So we're going to try to get started back up now, and hopefully come the 29th we'll be hitting the field and be ready for the ball work.
And seeing as you were voted Player of the Year at the Sigerson Cup, obviously your season was going well. You were flying, probably had great aspirations. Is there any concern that you were going so well and now your form has been interrupted?
No, you suppose, like, we are going so well, but like with DCU, the training was always enjoyable, and you're looking forward to going, and you're back in with Monaghan for the 2 weeks, and you're enjoying it as well, and you're looking forward to getting a bit of game time, and then for it to be stopped. Like, you're still going to go back now in October or even in July with the club, and you're going to be hungry to get playing again, and you want to get yourself back up to the standard you were in the Sigerson football, where, you know, you were going out, you're playing your football, you're enjoying playing your football, like, you know, you're playing with a smile on your face, you're full of energy, and you couldn't wait to get the next ball, and you couldn't wait, you know, you wanted the games to last longer, you wanted to play longer, and you're really energetic towards the game, and you were loving playing football. You know, you want to get that back straight away whenever you go back playing, and you want to get yourself back up to the top of your game as quickly as possible.
I suppose one of the things with the way both the county championships and the All-Ireland, the way they're run differently this year, nobody really knows what's going to happen. So even with, you know, like, you could have novel winners of county championships and All-Irelands all over the place.
That's exactly it. You know, like, there's a very short window of time there, so there isn't any team, if they knuckle down and say, Jesus, we've 11 weeks here of club championship, let's really give it all for 11 weeks. That's all we're asking for, because, you know, like, if you go back with the club throughout the year, you're maybe playing for 5 or 6 weeks, you have a break for 3 or 4 weeks, it's very uninterrupted. But now there's going to be no interruptions. You have 11 weeks, you have championship, whatever the format is. In Monaghan, we're playing a 2-group structure, so we are, and the top 2 in each group goes into the semi-finals, and the quarter-finals be 3 and 4, and then there's a relegation battle. So you're going to get 5 games in those weeks, so we are. And if you really knuckle down for the 11 weeks, there could be a couple of surprise shocks along the way. The same with the Intercounty. Come October, September, you're going to be playing in winter conditions. Like, the pitches could be heavy, the wind, there's rain, there's freezing temperatures. You're going to play the majority of your games under lights, it looks like. So you have a lot of different factors there to factor in, and again, it could produce some shocks along the way.
Do you see the club championship, as much as you obviously want to win that and do as well as possible, but also a shop window, because this is what Banty will be going off. This is how he's going to be picking his team and panel.
Exactly, yeah. So whenever you get back with the club, you have 11 weeks there of getting yourself up to standard. Come October, you want to be in the standard and in the right shape. You want to be flying seaweed with your club, and that's what you have, that wee shop window of opportunity. So you have the next couple of weeks now to get yourself fit, to get yourself back sharp, and then come the first club game, you want to be hitting the ground running.
And what's it been like having Banty back in? Because, you know, having been away from it for a few years at the Intercounty level, people are very quick to say yesterday's man and what have you, but he seemed to get a great backroom team. Conor Laverty's in there, of course. What's it been like?
Yeah, the backroom team and the management, they're spot on. They really have a good understanding of one another, and training's really enjoyable, and they all bring something different to the plate, so they do every week, and they always keep you on your toes. And yeah, Banty as well, he's good with managing players and can really get the best out of you. So the time I was there, the short-lived time, it was really enjoyable, and there was some top quality training sessions, and they look like they're really good parents with it.
And I suppose you really got to experience what Conor McManus is like in close quarters. Of course, you'd have watched him for years anyway, but I haven't watched him in training sessions with the Ireland International Rules team before. I was just struck by how unbelievably good he is at just taking shots from distance and hitting it up into the clouds. He's so accurate. What's it like playing with him or training with him?
Yeah, it's I think I played with him first in 2018. I think it was a league game against Donegal. I was playing with him inside, and even the wee tips he's giving you what to do, and always being on the move, and then watching him in training sessions, as you says, he can just, from any angle, anywhere in the field, he just can kick it up in the air, and it just goes so accurate and so much distance on it that it just drops straight over the bar. He's absolute serious player, so he is, and he's a good fella on top of it as well, you know, like, so he's always down to earth and will give you tips along the way. But yeah, having to work with that quality, and you'd always learn wee bits and pieces off him, it's a serious asset to have.
And Conor Laverty, what has he brought?
Conor is if you ever watch, I watched him play several times for Kilcoo. I tuned into the Down Championship online. He was playing with Kilcoo, like even the AllIreland one in Breffni Park where they played Kilmacud. He was excellent that day. Anytime he got the ball, he was always their go-to man. You could see it. He was carrying out of the defence, winning frees. He was, for a man of his age, he was absolutely everywhere on that pitch. Like, and he brings the same to the management. So he does. He gives it his all. He's all wee tricks and ideas. So he does up his sleeve. And he's really good fella. So he is as well. And he's a serious player and a serious coach.
Do you see, like, we've already talked about how, you know, it's going to be different this year, could have a novel winner, it's going to be a winter All-Ireland. Do you feel like Monaghan, like, you're not too far off the pace, obviously been to semi-finals in recent times, won all the titles, but that you can really look at it this year and think we can have a right go?
Yeah, exactly. I think even at the start of the year, we were looking at it in the league, everyone tipped us, I think, to get relegated, so they did, under new management, that it mightn't go so well. There was a couple of players who moved on and retired, and that we were a team that could have been got it this year. But in the league campaign that was going so far, we were really doing so well, and everything was so fresh in training, and we were really looking forward to, you know, what this year could bring. And as you say, now coming into the winter, if you can get yourself together come the winter months and knuckle down, that on the day you can really beat anyone, and that you could produce some shocks along the way this year.
Is there anything you're concerned about in terms of injury? Because, you know, even the Bundesliga, you have a lot of muscle injuries. You're going to go from maybe, I don't know, a different
0 to 100 very quick.
Exactly, yeah, and lots of games, and then straight into an intercounty in different conditions. Is that something that you've even talked about?
Well, in fairness to the county S&C, like he sends out every week. You've wee exercises to do and strength work if you're having any niggles, areas to strengthen up, you know. And if you're doing them and you're doing your bit of fitness and running along the way, that's, you know, injuries, you'll probably find it tough for the first couple of weeks you're back, you know, because you've been off so long. But, you know, like, it's one of these things, if it happens to you and you're unfortunate to get injured, you're just trying to recover as quick as possible and do everything in your power to get back as quickly as possible, because it'd be very frustrating for you to lose 3 months due to the pandemic and then come back and get injured and maybe lose another 3 months.
Absolutely. The system you have for the club championship in Monaghan sounds quite good, because other counties are going to go straight into knockout, and of course in dual counties it's probably tougher there to set up a format. But what way would you like to see the intercounty format? Would you like to see group formats? Would you like to keep the provincial championships? What would you like to see?
I suppose, well, the way that they're lining it up, it's going to maybe run into next year. So it is looking like there's going to be a provincial championship knockout, and then obviously run the All-Ireland series maybe like before. Maybe there's going to be no super race. Maybe it's going to be straight knockout. But maybe just, I suppose, I'd love to see that, 32 names go into a hat, and let's pull 2 each and go at it and knockout, and on the day, let's see what happens,
And maybe if you got Dublin in the first round, you might rethink that one.
Yeah, but might shock them at the same time.
Yeah, well, that's the brilliance of it. Yeah, okay. Well, look, really appreciate your time, David, and best of luck getting back out on the field.
Cheers, Shane.